Gravitz Sports Show. Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's up? It's finally not 100,000 degrees out.
It was quite comfortable. And in fact, last night and this morning, it was actually kind of like nice and cool to walk around outside. It was kind of cool. Minus the mosquitoes, they're still destroying my body. But other than that, it was a really enjoyable outside experience.
I suppose that's good.
Not the horrible hellscape that it's been for the last month plus.
So yeah, it's beginning of August, which means that there will be college football at the end of this month.
Yeah.
You don't care about
Week 0 is almost here.
That's correct. And then that means we're about a month away from the real first week, which, you know, my school has the best game of the week of that weekend. But I guess something else that's going on in August was the trade deadline in Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball trade deadline.
Why don't we discuss that with you?
Discuss it with me. What things have happened in the last few hours?
The big deal today was Justin Verlander back to the Houston Astros. So here's what I don't understand about. I mean, I get why the Astros did it, but like, why didn't they just sign him last year when he was a free agent? I don't understand that. So basically, you let him go to the Mets,
right? And
then because of that, you had to give up your two best prospects.
You could have just signed him outright before,
right? Like last year as a free agent,
right?
I mean, okay, like cool. No, so the Mets gave up both Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander. Who would have thunk that signing two 40-year-old, the last 2 years wouldn't work out?
Right.
I wouldn't say it was all like it wasn't their fault. I mean, their numbers were fine.
Yeah,
but, like
the teams were not put together well.
You want to hear something insane? Apparently, the Mets took on like $210 million of like dead money or something.
Oh, in these trades?
Yeah, and like all their trades, it's just crazy. Like that's how you know that. But that's cool. You know what? The thing about it though is like their owner has so much money, he doesn't care. He's got like FU money where it's like, all right, cool, like, I don't care. This is just like it's like funny money to him.
No, it's all funny money. They're so rich.
No, I mean, look, the Astros are now the prohibitive favorite in the AL. I mean, when you add a 3-time Cy Young award winner, first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, I do like what Texas did, obviously getting Max Scherzer, but yeah, I mean that was a big deal. It was the Justin Verlander to the Astros, and the Astros like the guy the Mets basically paid for, paying all the money to the Astros to take on his contract was this guy Drew Gilbert, who was like a first-round pick last year. So that's a good get for them.
Yeah,
I think it was. Maybe you don't. I think it was.
Yeah, it seems like a good get.
So, yeah.
You were disappointed in what the Orioles did. They did kind of like we said, what they shouldn't do is get like a number 3 starter to infill a crew of number 3 starters.
That's correct. I said to you when the trade deadline happened, when the trade deadline was upcoming, I said the Orioles need to get Justin Verlander, get Dylan Cease, who was another big name out there from the White Sox. And instead, and you won't agree with me because this is your team loves to hoard prospects. And it's cool. Listen, prospects are great, but you love to hoard prospects. And what I don't understand about this is like, yeah, it's great to have all these dudes that are like top 100 guys. You can't play all of them.
Right.
So it's like, okay, the Orioles are right now in first place in the AL East, right?
Right.
Adding Jack Flaherty, who they got from the Cardinals for like two fringe top 20 prospects. What does it do? Okay, cool. It's another like 3-starter. It doesn't help. Like, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, when you're going into the playoffs, because I would assume they're going to make the playoffs. When you're in the playoffs against like the Astros, the Rays, like, the pitching is a lot better. Like, are you really going to trust Kyle Gibson and Jack Flaherty?
It's not
I don't know.
ideal. Not ideal.
Okay, here comes Jack. Here comes Jack. Everyone defending the Orioles like he always does.
No,
But go ahead.
it's to me. Again, I remember. I think last week I brought up if Ernie Grunfeld or Tommy Shepard were the GM of the Orioles, he would say, "Well, John Means coming back is like winning the trade deadline," and I feel like that's kind of where they're at.
You think that's what they're going to do? Is they're going to say Jack?
No, I just feel like okay, they're like, all right, we're gonna get Tyler Wells right, like he's worn out, and we're gonna get John Means back, and we got Jack Flaherty. So now we've got like 5 number 3 starters who are gonna get us to the 7th inning where we can have Fuji, Cano, Bautista shut the whole thing down and try to win games 5-4.
That's not going to work. I don't think that's going to work in the playoffs. I really don't.
I don't know. And again, maybe we're dummies. Maybe we think that now is the time. I think honestly, there's only so many opportunities where it looks like you have a legit shot to win it all, and this could be one of them.
Right, and to not go after like one of the again, there was only a couple really big name starting pitchers. Hell, you could have maybe gone after Blake Snell. I don't know. I'm just saying.
And they could have gone for it without making it so. Look, the Orioles are positioned to be competitive in the AL East for the next decade. And
problem. Okay, I'll give you the argument to that after this. But go ahead.
I would say they're in a position where they can be competitive for the next decade. However, there's no guarantee.
You're in the hard division.
But you know what? That's what we said at the beginning of the year. But they're in a position to be competitive, just like all the rest of the teams. However, this looks like despite the fact they might be ahead of schedule, this looks like their best shot to get to the World Series in the next decade.
Sorry, but acquiring Jack Flaherty doesn't do anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that I think they did kind of a, hey, we could be in this spot every year for the next decade, so let's kind of roll where we are now. Yes. Let me
make an argument against that. Mm-hmm. Everyone thought the Chicago White Sox were the same way. They acquired all these young talent. Yeah, they did. You can disagree. They were in a shitty division. They had a ton of young talent, blah, 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 like Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, all these guys. And guess what it did guess what the White Sox have done? Nothing with it. Baseball is the most fickle sport.
Well, it's hard. This was when you can see an opportunity, you need to take it.
Listen, I get it. The Orioles have a ton of young talent, and they have a ton of guys like in the minors that are really good.
I don't disagree with you. I think if you look like you can take that shot, take the shot.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying trade your number one prospect kid who's like the number one prospect in baseball.
No, Holiday's,
But there's no reason for you not to have traded like your 5th. Like again, this is gonna sound like nerd talk for like you have a guy named Colton Cowser, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Trade him.
Yeah.
Like. Again, you have 9 outfielders.
No, yeah, he's going to get squeezed out next year anyway.
Colton Cowser might be a nice play, might be a good player down the line. But if let's say Dylan Cease was on the block, Colton Cowser could have been like the headline of the deal and been like, okay, that's a good deal,
right? And then and that's knowing that you get Mullins back later this year, you get Holiday up, and
I think the Orioles drop the ball. I do.
Yeah, I do. I don't know what they were offering. I don't know what the opportunities were out there. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to come here.
Also, you said to me. You watched the game on Sunday night, and and the GM came on and said, "What did he say?"
Oh, I think on ESPN they were talking about how they were going to make a big move. So.
Jack Flaherty's not a big move. Jack Flaherty is like the NBA equivalent of acquiring like an 8th man. It is.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but the reality is that it was a you can call it conservative or it's a head scratcher to say the least.
Yeah, it's a conservative move, but I'm trying to think what other teams made some. The Marlins made a bunch of moves. I guess they're buying, so that was interesting. That was nice, I guess, for them if you're a fan of the Marlins. I'm trying to think who else made moves. I don't really think nobody else really big. I mean, the Angels are like buying, which again, I don't get it because I was watching one of the baseball shows, and they were like. So your goal is to re-sign Shohei Ohtani, right? Mm-hmm. But if you couldn't win with Shohei Ohtani making $30 million a year...
How are you with him making 50?
How are you going to win with Shohei Ohtani making $60 million a year next year if you sign him? It doesn't make any sense. Mm-mm. So I have no idea what the Angels are doing. The Padres made a bunch of moves, even though they're like 5 games out. Okay, I mean, it's cool, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the big move obviously of the day was Verlander. The Mets are just a dumpster. I mean, it's kind of funny because like the Mets turned into the Yankees where they're just like trying to buy everybody.
Mhm.
And I guess now, like, again, to their owner's credit, though, he was like, well, didn't work. I'm going to tear it down. He didn't
Yeah.
like wait. Apparently Scherzer, I guess something got released where Scherzer like went, he like went to the GM and like was asked why they did what he did.
Yeah.
Apparently the GM was like, yeah, we're not going to really be competitive until like 2025. So Scherzer was basically like, get me out of here, kind of.
Yeah, and he doesn't have much time left. He's got to move.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that was the big thing today, like the deadline. So yeah, that was the big news. Well, I mean, I know the other news you want to talk about, so go ahead.
What's that?
Well, your favorite former president. You want to talk about it, even though it's a sports show.
Well, I have questions. I want to talk about football.
Okay, fine. We can.
The NFL footballs.
The breaking Iowa State news. Is that what you want to talk about? What?
No, I want to talk about All right, so the Hall of Fame game.
I don't care.
That
could
is
not care.
Coming up.
Literally couldn't care less. And I know that everyone's going to do the whole like, oh, football is that.
No, that's kind of my point.
You'll watch one drive to be like, oh, cool, football's back, and then you'll be like, I'm turning this off.
Yeah, no, I was just noting that the starting quarterbacks from either team are not going to play. I just thought that's going to suck. Other NFL news: Tim Patrick tore his Achilles, missing the second season in a row. And Jamin Davis is going to prison for driving 114.
Jalen Ramsey on my Dolphins
tore his meniscus.
Meniscus, yeah. But apparently he said he's going to be back a month. He said at least a month before they think he'll be back. So that's good.
Again, meniscus is a 3 to 6 week thing.
It was a full repair. It wasn't like a half. It was like
did they do the surgery already?
Yep.
Nice.
He's already like walking around doing his. He said like if they say he says like if the report says he's gonna be back in December, he says he'll be back in November.
Okay.
So, I mean it's a big loss, but we have him under contract next year too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about the Iowa State story that broke. Did you see that? Like, I guess their starting quarterback apparently has been betting on games since 2021.
Okay, that's
apparently he's been betting. He's been betting on sports and including he's the Iowa State quarterback, including a 2021 Iowa State game
on his games. Yeah, Hunter Decker is linked to gambling probe, charged with tampering.
That's not good.
That's not ideal.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Oh, and the other football news, which I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, there's been rumors that like there's going to be some more conference realignment, and apparently Florida State has been mentioned as potentially going to the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I personally don't love it because I like playing in I don't like playing in cold weather games. I feel like going to the Big Ten would just be a complete it would neutralize Florida State, and that I don't like playing Michigan in December.
Yeah.
Ohio State in December or Purdue in December or Iowa in December. No, thank you.
Yeah.
We don't make sense I understand the Big Ten doesn't have a footprint in the Southeast.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be in the Big Ten. I want to be in the SEC.
Yeah.
I'm going to move conferences, but apparently it's been said that Florida State is trying to get out of their deal with the ACC, which I don't blame at all because from what they've said, we're earning $30 million less than Florida, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they signed what was it, the grant of rights or grant of rights deal or whatever with the ACC, and apparently the ACC lied to them and said how much money they were going to make, and it's complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to get out of their contract based on saying the ACC defrauded them by lying.
It's kind of weird.
I want out. I do. I don't think Florida State is not an ACC school. We're not. We're an SEC school.
Yeah, makes more sense. You're not a Big Ten school.
We're not a Big Ten school. I don't want to be in the Big Ten. Now that means we're going to make more money. I guess.
You're gonna make much more money.
But I also don't want to be playing Maryland in December. I don't.
You don't want to be playing Iowa in December. No, it's gross.
Florida State is if Florida State goes to the Big Ten, yes, we would be in the upper echelon of the Big Ten schools. But I don't want to be playing Michigan State.
No,
in December.
No, it's 0 degrees and snowing.
Right,
and you're having
they have to come to you and just but it's a lot easier to play in the warm weather in December than it is for us to have to go up to Michigan and play. And I don't
agree with that 100%.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I guess the NFL Hall of Fame. I couldn't care less about the Hall of Fame. I really don't. I don't. I mean, But you'll see those stupid tweets on Thursday being like, "Football's back." It's like none of you guys are gonna watch it.
No, it's a terrible game.
It's a horrible game. Like, yeah, it's great that it's like, okay, it's cool. Yes, it's cool. Yes, football's back, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
When I start seeing preseason football and like actual starters play, okay, then I'll start getting my juices will start getting flowing like yours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to talk about Sean Payton talking smack about Hackett.
I mean, I don't really know what he was gaining out of that. I think it was kind of a dick move by him.
Yeah, I think it's not wrong, but it wasn't the right thing to do. It's not a mature adult thing to do for sure.
You weren't wrong. Like Nathaniel Hackett sucked, but why did you have to say that? Like there was no reason for you to say it. And his apology of like, oh, I felt like I was still in the broadcast. That's not an excuse. You were a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And like again, like nobody's going to argue that Nathaniel Hackett was one of the worst coaches like ever hired.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to kick him while he's down in a way? It's like that was just it was a dick move. And I hope they like I will say that I think the Broncos play the Jets. That's going to be a fucking shit show of a game. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Just because of like, yeah, but Sean Payton's a dick. I mean, he's kind of a pompous ass. I mean, I know he's obviously really, really good, but he's kind of a pompous ass. And like, by the way, if you don't win like 10 games, buddy, and like Russell Wilson still sucks even under you.
Yep.
Guess what? Then you're just as good as Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. Again, we Hackett didn't do a good job, but you don't say stuff like that.
He was well underqualified to be an NFL head coach. Nobody's arguing that. But there was no reason for Sean Payton to come out and be like, what was he? He was just saying like they were incompetent last year, basically, and like saying like just kicking people while they're down. So it was an asshole.
It wasn't cool. Again, and I don't. What did Hackett have any response to that or no?
Yeah, he came out. He had a response to that. He was just like that wasn't cool or something. But I have to let it.
I mean, if it were me, I would say something like, you know what? I needed to coach better and I didn't. It probably wasn't like the coolest thing that he said.
I don't know. I'd have to read what he said, but he it was what it was. I'm not like it was a dick move, and Sean Payton's kind of an asshole, so no surprise there. But I thought you wanted to get to your big story of the day, though. So go ahead, talk about it.
Oh, your favorite president getting indicted again?
My favorite president? Not even close, but go ahead.
No, I mean it's breaking news. Twice impeached and now thrice indicted.
Yep.
The worst president of all time. Number 45, Donald John Trump.
I mean, can you say that he was like? I mean, Andrew Jackson was pretty fucking bad.
Donald Trump, worst president of all time, indicted for the third time.
Yeah.
This time in connection. I love that we have to clarify which thing it's for. This is for inciting. Essentially an overthrow of the government on January 6th by continually lying to his supporters that the election was stolen, even though anyone with a pulse and brain cells would know that it was not. Trump lost, and his supporters stormed the Capitol.
The problem is his supporters all have a combined IQ of like 7, so they don't like they don't listen. Like whatever it's sad that these people who I assume. Some of them are like a bunch of them are college educated.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not saying all of them, and I'm not passing judgment. But like, you would think some of these people who are college educated, they just believe everything this guy says. Yeah. Like he could say, in all seriousness, like eating human feces will make you a better American. True or false? And would they not? True or false?
They'd say, "What is it? Is it better if it's more thick consistency or a soupier poop?"
It's so like have we ever lived in a time in America where somebody has had this much control over other humans like this? Seriously,
I don't know. I mean, look, all I can say is that the last 2+ years have been much better than the preceding 4.
And also, my favorite thing is, again, still, I love when everyone still shits on Biden for being like, oh, he's 80 and he's incompetent, he's this and that. Donald Trump has never won, like Joe Biden, there's photos of Joe Biden like riding a bike, all that shit.
Yep.
Donald Trump has never ridden anything besides a golf cart in his life.
Doesn't know how to drive a car.
Let's say we did a old person triathlon, Donald Trump against Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That's running, biking, and swimming.
Yeah.
Oh, Biden would. I mean, it would.
Like,
murder. It would slaughter him. Yeah.
Like, oh, Joe Biden, he's cognitively blah, blah. It's like, you do realize that we've never seen Donald Trump ever do anything like physically exert,
Yeah, or requiring any kind of mental acuity.
Right. So again, nobody's saying Joe Biden is like the most.
He's not perfect, but you know what? He managed to turn the economy around. The stock market's higher than it ever was under Donald Trump, even pre-COVID.
What's funny, by the way, is today, obviously after the indictment, what happened? I sent you gobs and gobs of stuff.
Yeah.
Republican psychos
just melting down.
Just melting down. Everything's like Jesse Waters. I mean, I don't know what his deal is, but he is like, I don't even know if like you can read half the shit I sent you because it's so stupid. But it's just.
Well, Jesse Waters. This is through our good friend Jeremy Barr. Yeah. Jesse Waters on the Trump indictment. He just believed the election was stolen, and then he was trying to use everything in his power to push it as far as he possibly could go, all the way to the end. It just seems like it's politics. Isn't that just politics?
No. Here's the problem with Donald Trump. He can't accept losing.
Nope.
He just can't. And again, listen, we're all competitive people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes to lose. Nobody sits there, but if you lose,
you say good game, move on.
Right. That's his problem. From an early age, he was told that you're not allowed to accept losing.
No. He would never. Could you imagine in like MSI soccer, you've got to line up and shake hands with the other side, even though you let more. He would never do that.
When he played, I 1,000% guarantee you, when he played youth sports, I guess he probably
played high school baseball, I think.
Guarantee you, when they lost, he did not shake hands.
No. Mm-mm. Bad sportsmanship.
Because the problem is, right? The problem is his father was a terrible human as well. True or false?
100%. Even worse, maybe.
Like his father taught him to be a terrible human.
Yeah.
From birth. So, I mean, this is his problem. He has never in his life accepted losing. If something goes against him, it's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah. No ownership.
No ownership of anything. So, again, like, this is not surprising. Like, coming out being like deranged Jack Smith. Like, okay. The good thing about this one is now we've got a bunch of co-defendants, and it's all the scumbags of scumbags.
It's like the worst music festival lineup of all time.
Jason Miller, that scumbag, didn't he like beat his wife or something,
mm-hmm.
or he on his pregnant wife? He did something.
Yes,
scumbag.
we're looking. So here's the usual suspects. Yeah. Rudy Eastman, Sidney Powell, Jeff Clark, Ken Cheeseborough, and Jason Miller, the Goon Squad.
Yeah, it's the Goon Squad.
Known as Team Freak Show, according to insiders.
Oh, again, I mean, it's a good day for
good day for America.
Apparently, the judge is an Obama appointee, so I'm sure Psycho Man will have a bunch of truths about her, so that'll be good, right? I'm sure his lawyer will be like, "Don't do that."
I'm sure he's very excited about it. Well, I mean, look, on the one hand, he's got a Trumper on his other case, so.
So maybe he'll win. He won't win the other.
Well, she's just going to drag it out. But you also have Georgia coming up, where he's going to be indicted in Georgia as well.
Gotta hope that
there's so many different. so many different angles. He's broke too. Apparently, did you see that they're using all the campaign funds to pay off his legal fees, and now they're broke.
Of course they are. Didn't I like? You know what's fun? I didn't even send you like something where it showed like what they used a bunch of like campaign money on, like $100,000 on like Melania's hair.
Yes, they paid her hairstylist $100,000.
This is what I wish we could shake Trumpers and be like, do you idiots understand that you're $30 or $50 or $75 a month?
Yep.
It's not going to him trying to win the election.
No, it's not going to ads or signage. It's going to Melania's hairstylist.
It's going to Melania's hair appointments.
Yep. Which hair appointments? That sounds like money laundering, if I've ever heard of one.
Right. Also, I love how everyone talks about like, the new one. Well, this will be the last thing we talk about. The Hunter Biden testimony or something. I guess somebody was supposed to like testify on yesterday.
Yeah, and this big flop. Big flop.
Big flop. And how the Republicans are still saying, oh, well, this still shows that this is the Biden crime family. Well, do we forget that literally Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, got like $2 billion from the Saudis?
Of course.
And like his daughter was like involved with something with China, right? Didn't she do something with China?
Mm-hmm.
I just like, what are we doing here? Can you explain this to me? Maybe I'm just naive and stuff, but like, how do these people with worms for brains, like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
It's the worms for brains.
But like, how have they been so like? were they ever normal, or do you think that like it just took this nut job to make them have all the worms?
Sometimes you go down a path in life where you start to believe stuff and you get really riled up into things, and then you wake up one day and you're out in the alley blowing some dude for drugs and going to a Trump rally. I don't know.
I don't get it either, man. It's just I don't get it. I really don't. I think it's an embarrassment. I think it's just I guess it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, look, I think we're all hoping that he gets indicted and he either gets convicted.
Yeah, no, I hope sooner rather than later. I hope, again, the multiple streams, again, I think that the dummies who are going to vote for him are going to vote for him anyway.
That's the problem. And the problem is he's like the overwhelming like
Republican leader. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem. If you look at all the other ones are all going to like outside of Chris Christie, who again, nobody, whatever, they're all going to pardon him anyway.
Correct.
They're all freaks. That's the crazy thing is they're all still licking his balls. I think
the best case scenario, again, this is the kind of messed up world we live in. I think the best case scenario is he still is the candidate. He wins the Republican primary. He goes down the chain. He loses to Biden. He gets convicted, goes to prison for the next 15, 20 years. And that's the end of it.
Is there any chance he actually goes to prison? I don't think there is.
100%. Well, there's plenty of prisons that are very similar to his country club lifestyle that he would love to go to.
I hope you're right, man.
Or maybe the deal they work out is, look, you just go away and be quiet. Not that he can't do that though. That's the thing. He can't be quiet, so you have to put him away somewhere. You take his phone away. You take away his toys.
But anyway, it was big news. We all knew this was going to happen. I sent you like his deranged truth when like he knew he was going to get it. It was like 5 p.m. deranged Jack Smith will be.
He just loves obstructing justice at every corner.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, I don't know, man.
He loves obstructing justice.
That was the big story, I guess, of the day. Was your friend Donald Trump.
Well, that's good. Again. I'm glad.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think of anything else. Let's see.
No, I think that's pretty good. Pretty good.
A really good burger on Saturday.
Oh yeah, where'd you get a good burger?
So there's this place. It's like a pop-up place called Steez Burger. Steeze.
Okay, Steez Burger. Okay.
Apparently they they're not a food truck. It's just like a pop-up place. Yeah. They have like just a grill.
Okay.
They make these like apparently like the Post did an article and it was like ranked the top 10 burgers, like reasonably priced burgers in DC area, and this was number 1. And apparently they post up at like different breweries, one of which actually is the brewery near me, which I have no, I'm there, whatever. But
which one near you?
It's True Respite.
I thought True Respite was moving.
No,
they haven't moved yet.
No, they haven't.
Oh, nice.
They're not moving.
I saw online they're moving.
To where? What?
It's just some other location. They weren't going to be in our area anymore.
That's not true.
All right, good. I'm glad.
But this one that we went to was where I met up with a couple people, and it was 2 Chimney Works or something. I don't know. It's in like it says Gaithersburg, but it's also like near Laytonsville. Whatever. It's good. It's like a high class Big Mac, if that makes sense. It's a high class Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Only issue is it's 3-ounce patties. I don't love 3-ounce patties. Jack.
How many 3-ounce patties do you get?
2.
It's at 6 ounces.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Jack wants you. See, this is the best part, everyone. Jack's gonna pass judgment on me because Jack thinks
I'm
you
not
should
passing judgment. I'm just saying it's.
Jack wants you to eat 1 ounce of meat, and that's it. You should have 1-ounce burgers. That's what Jack would like you to eat. 1-ounce burgers.
No, it's bigger than a 3-pound burger. That's a lot of meat.
What? Oh, give me a fucking break. Stop it.
So do you normally enjoy 1/2-pound burgers? That's a large pub burger. I do enjoy that too. That's a lot of meat though in one sitting.
Yes, I do enjoy a 1/2-pound burger. Yes, Jack.
So over the weekend I put together my new grill and I grilled 1/2-pound pub burgers with embedded bacon and cheddar cheese. It was fantastic.
1/2-pound burgers. That's what normal people eat. I'm sorry.
That's a big burger. I wouldn't besmirch a 0.375 pound burger. That's a fine cut of meat.
I think 6 ounces is not a lot of ounces of burger.
6 ounces is plenty of meat.
Before getting cooked down.
6 ounces is plenty of meat.
I don't agree.
And did you have fries with it?
No, they don't serve fries because again, they literally just have a flat top. That's it. Okay. That's the one thing I would say about this place. It was a very good burger. I mean, I would just say like they need to expand. They need to become a what's it called? A food truck.
Yeah.
Because you could charge so much more for like burgers and fries instead of like burgers and like a in like a small size bag of chips, which is the only thing you get. And I'm not buying I'm paying $1 or $2 for a bag of like Utz sour cream and onion chips.
Mm-hmm.
They did also have like cheesecake, so I got a slice of cheesecake. But it was very good.
Mm.
It was an extremely good burger. So that yes, that is what happened. That's what I
good.
did.
So I put together my new grill because my old grill died, and I managed.
Now you don't we understand? Nobody.
And I managed to slice my index finger open, so it's good. I got blood everywhere, but the burger was still delicious, and the grill is fantastic. And
of course, you're going to invite nobody over to eat on your grill because you're a rude person who doesn't invite.
You're not invited.
I'm not surprised.
Would you like? So would you like? So I want to. I have a charcoal grill that I'd like to get rid of to free up some space on my patio. Would you like to purchase my Weber grill?
No. But this is what he does. Everyone. He has a grill. He doesn't invite anybody over to eat on his grill.
You're not invited to my grill. I never invite you over. I never give you food.
You don't. When was the last time you did that?
Oh, you're always too busy hanging out with your favorite nephews and and doing fun things. Gallivanting all around town.
I'm gallivanting.
You're a gallivanter.
Well, why don't you invite me? I'll come over to eat meat.
Well, maybe for the fantasy football draft we can do a grilling.
That's fine. So that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, very good.
Look, I'm ready for football. I think you're not. You're
I'm
not
ready for fall. I'm done with the heat.
I'm ready for football. No. I'm not ready for fall. I'm ready for football.
I am ready for fall. I'm done with the heat.
No, I don't love fall.
Okay, you love fall's my favorite season.
I like the beginning part of fall, like September, October, and I don't really count September.
With the global climate change, it's going to be nice and warm all through December. It'll be fun.
Okay, fine. I know that's going to make you pissed off because I know you want snow and crap in December.
I don't want to shovel snow and stuff. I hate that.
Right, so my point is, I'm excited. I'm ready for football, not fall. Football.
Fall means football.
Oh my god!
You can't have one without the other.
Fine. That's your thinking.
Well, very good. For Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.
The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.